98.3 FM, sponsored by National Council for Arts and Culture, NCAC.
Our music bed is looks people that have just come on.
You know, this job is about moving around everywhere. You can't sit in one place. Yeah. All the moving around.
In quite a while, our faculty on law and travel is in the house this morning. Bolu Agbaje, thank you for coming this morning. Welcome after a long time.
Oh, good morning, Bumi. Good morning to our listeners. Uncle Frank, I'm glad to be back at the studio this morning. It's been a long break.
It's been so long.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Also in the house this morning is our tech startup guru, Cornelius Sugunwa is here. Good morning, Cornelius.
Hi, good morning, Bumi. Good morning, Mr. Frank. And good morning, our listeners.
So, behind the scenes, we have hearing more from Blessing as the time goes on and as the show progresses. But today we have so much in store for you. We're going to be flipping the switch a little, but welcome to Creative Nigeria, this 19th day in the month of June. Now, Nigeria's cultural tourism space literally erupted into a huge conflagration over the compliance drive by the National Institute for Hospitality and Tourism on the industry registration ecosystem. It was a week of Holocaust, as some certain sectors of the private sector subgroup alleged an overreach by the agency. The management of the agency has clarification and standardization of services and certification. The bitter pill, we understand that truce is in the air as Otumba Segun intervention has gained traction from most of the actors in the drama, with an atmosphere of peace returning fast. However, we learned that the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission a pricing and standardization ecosystem. And so we ask, can FCs at night or hospitality operators who some weeks, nay months off the beat and shall help put a torchlight on this issue? And the massive Lizzie Benny Henacho shares with us deep insights on the creative economy, while Julie Moss brings updates on the movie by Sahem's Travels, because we're going straight into our new segment.
Know that travel is the world's big travel itinerary for business, education, vacation, health, other advisory services on foreign education requirements unparalleled anywhere.
Do you want premium travel experience?
Use Area 8, Garki, Abuja, or Lifford,
Lagos 080-9080-3030
at sahemstravels.com or www.sahemstravels.com.
Sahem's Travels, bridging horizons through travel.
Culture, technology, Sahem's Travels to come clear of unsafe and harmful goods, the wheel of economic activity, skills training, bridging skills gaps in the country, being put together by the National Board for Technical Education, MBTE, says it's ready to fund the construction of a new airport, despite the poor utilization of Margaret Ekpo edges of the state. There are also plans by the state to go into full aviation transport. And moving down southeast, Ebonyi welcomed its first flight last week, official flight, which was welcomed by excitement. By Sanusi has blamed multiple taxation as the headache of airline operators in Nigeria, noting that the development is behind the untimely deaths of most domestic airlines in Nigeria. Captain Sanusi, lowdown, beg your pardon. And finally, in our news, Kenya Airways recently flagged down by Nigeria's civil to the regulatory agency for a window of a next segment of the news this morning is about, Nigerian market ecosystem. And so service in our hotels, foreign airlines, we just mentioned Kenya Airways just now, on fares and how they treat customers and, their clients. Can't they do the same in the hospitality faculty is in the house to answer this question? So I'm...
Competition and consumer protection and tourism sectors, including hotels and service delivery. As a matter of fact, FCCPC mandate under the FCCPC Act practice provided to customers, promote and take enforcement action.
Yeah,
they can do the same So for restaurants, their food quality, pricing, service, and safety, and also tourism operators, they have to ensure that all these compliability of FCCPC is the power to investigate and to look into the quality of service given by any person, body, or institution providing goods and services to customers. And the Commission must also ensure that service providers comply with all lawful and appropriate standards in business conduct. So, apart from that, they have under Section 18, empowers them to initiate broad or specific sectors inquiries into addition to FCCPC. They have the power to investigate any consumers. They also have their own power to initiate
investigation,
specific sector investigation, or generally they have that power and unreasonable pricing. Section 18 sub 1G, power to prohibit and sanction practices that harm consumers' interests. In other words, if there is allegation of selling of any formal complaint, if the investigation revealed that, it shuts down such business until the needful is done and to get those complaints.
Amazing. Sectors of the economy are getting away with too much casualization of staff, especially in that particular sector of our economy, that industry. Is it
unfair, unreasonable, and unjust the casualization of employees where service provider impose unreasonable terms, such as surprise changes in hotels and restaurants, non-refundable fees, poor service, desk workers. Do you understand? I mean, so long it's going to be documented.
Please weigh in on this matter.
No, that's one of the reasons it's been milked. There are more people making money out of it, paying little back to the coffers and returning, even in terms of CSR to the Nigerian people. Okay, let's leave the issue of casualization, which actually is, something, a labor matter that really touches the heart. You see somebody, you retire him, and that's why, of course, for this sector where Nigeria is one huge one. I said, look, we need to get these things done. Let us get away with it. And we're talking about for every economy, in fact, is like the artery of societal growth. It has to be with service.
Yeah.
And when you leave it in the hand of those who can do what they want to do and nobody's checking them, competition comes in, they're chaos, and that's what is happening. Yeah. So I look at the mandate. That's why it's the commission. It's not the agency. I possibly will have to explain that because the agency investigate you. Come, and when they come huge. If you like, go to anywhere you want to go. Because they are commission. In the past 20, 30 years, in this business, is that we overprice. That's overpricing in a tourism economy. Yeah. Okay, and that is why it's like 10,000 for a bottle of Coke.
For example.
maybe I should cut in, Mr. Frank.
Yes.
If you look at the provisions of Section 130 of the FCCPC, Price Control Agency,
yes,
it has the power to monitor people by. They also try to prevent it, and also they enter markets where competition is distorted and consumers has been exploited. Do you understand? So
for me, it's semantics.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, if you have price regulatory, if you have price monitoring, whatever, ordinary Nigerians, honestly, we should go around with 5 nation system is that. We're talking about airlines. You get to the airport, you pay maybe, you just get there. The fare to Abuja is maybe 120,000. And they will run a circle around it. That's the fare trip. You run a circle around. Before you know it, you pay 300,000 for a trip or less than that. It doesn't help the economy. It doesn't help the growth.
It does not.
It's all over the place. Local government will come, Everybody comes to this person, to one individual, and you now ask around people. It comes again to the consumer.
Yeah.
Who need to be protected because somebody must get money elsewhere to pay for it. Of it is quite clear.
Superb.
And for us here, we are flagged down today. Say, look, okay, we're talking about the airlines today. They are looking into it. And you know Nigeria, when you catch them this way, they go the other way to be at their meetings. So you know that you have tested breaks. And I'm sure it really has been around thing that comes before they can take a step. So when they hit you, you just go down. You never escape it. So Bolu, thank you, Nigeria.
Yes, we do.
It's always a pleasure to be here, Bumi.
Thank you so very much. Well, that's our law and travel segment, and it has been very eye-opening. Can I just encourage FCCPC, if their agents are listening, this is a good platform for you to, and let Nigerians know that you are there for them. We see what you're doing, in the air travel sector. So come partner with us here at Creative Nigeria. We'll take a break.
Anchor Insurance, we will to us. If you desire insurance services built around you, where claims are paid promptly, then come to Anchor Insurance.
Oh, yeah. You make our world go round, and this is where we'll always be our anchor.
Anchor Insurance, where insurance truly works.
We appreciate you staying tuned. Just before we go on, I'd like you to know that we are live on social media platforms at Mainland 98.3 FM. You can also check us out at Creative Niger TV. So just check us out. And then I want to encourage our listeners this morning to just give us feedback on WhatsApp. We would like to hear from you. Once you drop your WhatsApp message, we'll read it out here live on air. Send us a WhatsApp message on 0913 6000 430. That's 0913 6000 Right, up next is creative economy, and here we have Dr. Lizzie Ben Iheanacho to take us on that.
Hello and welcome to Culturati with Dr. Lizzie. Today we will be looking at some of the factors that have become systemic and endemic within of individuals for creativity may actually be a burden. I don't want to use the word a curse because these factors have been so blessed. And my section of focus will be the creative writing section. Now, we know that writing is a very, very muse, articulate your thoughts, edit them before they even appear on paper. And when you're done with writing, when your manuscript is ready, the next line of action is to begin to look for a publisher. Well, to look for to your reader. In other words, second and a third eye. And then the distribution network starts. Ordinarily, these are at least 4 levels of work. Delegation of services and activities towards making available that cultural product, the book. Now imagine that this onerous job for 4 people is actually being carried out by 1 person. Or rather, let's put it this way, is the burden is being borne by 1 person. That 1 person is the creator. He is the content creator. He's the writer. He's the storyteller. And then he also has to edit the work. Editing is a specialized assignment. You may be a fantastic writer, but not necessarily a good editor, particularly of your own work, because sometimes you have a different opinion of what you thought you wanted to say. And then you finish the editing, you are also going to now start. Publishing houses do not have editors. Most of the publishing houses are just printers, but who have celebrated imprints that the writer buys. And that's why you had available, they're ready, the hard copy has been sent to you, you've paid and taken delivery, then you begin to hawk your own book, you begin to market your own book, you begin to push your own book. Please tell me, how far would this one person, one man riot squad go in undertaking this assignment. And that's why the right stretched thing. He is dabbling into businesses he has no business with. If we had a system that allows for the expansion of each of these creative spin-offs that come from just one major takeoff, which is storytelling, no matter in what form, no matter by what medium. So imagine that we do have a system in place that allows for the writer to bloom. Writers are called to different frontiers. There are writers who are celebrated because they write for children. There are those who excel in telling the stories for young adults. There are yet others who are excellent at writing adult literature. Even amongst the adults, there are 10,001 genres as we speak that any writer may be gifted in. But because the market, because the reading public, because the creative space in this country has been so shrunk that we are grappling with a very, very insignificant percentage of the market. There is no room, no facilities put in place to the voice and the emergent narratives that tell our stories from different perspectives beyond that which has been traditionally mainstreamed. And so the person that is talented with the gift of storytelling, with the gift of writing, finds himself emasculated by his very creativity. And that is a grind. And that is what we will be discussing. The grind is a means that shrinks the creative space. The grind does not allow the cultural economy and the creative economy of Nigeria to boom. I'll see you next week by God's grace. Have a fantastic working week.
I'm sure that subsequent, it comes to, getting your print. Our next segment is our tech startups segment. It's going to be
from Nigeria's heart, a cultural decree. The National Troupe of Nigeria, a performing arts legacy representing the nation, showcasing our pride.
The federal government's artistic emissary, captivating every heart.
Dancers at grand. Drama unfolds, emotions take a stand.
For children, nurturing young minds, shining a guiding light.
From Nigeria's soul, a cultural embrace, National Troupe of Nigeria, showcasing our rich, versatile, and diverse cultures through dance, music, drama. Our heritage we express.
The National Troupe of Nigeria, Nigeria's cultural ambassador.
Actually, when I was trying to come with this particular topic, I was looking at nation. You have to probably in an emerging market. Not by fast growth, things are moving faster. They are being developed. So it becomes quite fast for them. For me, would be maybe if you look at the economy of someone building a tech startup, building and understanding solution. Now, the idea of being the first mover of that particular product. I'll give an instance. Now people are probably looking at AI, how AI is probably changing a lot of use AI to optimize it. So in your head, this would be very good, right? It's quite interesting, right? But the truth is, you failed to do the deep thinking. How would AI even? Truth is, why you are using that, a balance between them. At the start there was quite for me I feel the first thing would be, and it also requires that you build capability. You don't stop there. You now look at, okay, how do I now develop differential capabilities as well? Because AI powered product, what differentiates you from the next person? So that's where differential capability fast, because that's another I say is strong than fast. So why starting? The idea is, how do I build capability? How do I be strong in this particular field? Market dominance, then you can now start scaling. So looking at, okay, how do we now scale in such market after we've done quite a number of deep thinking? The first thing you probably look at is market research. You can't build a business without doing it on my own. I had to get in quite a number of product marketers to help me do the market survey, and in between my conversation with them, to start this process all over again. Details innovation 1, 2, 3.
I know that you do the best you can to break it down. Suleiman, he's a tech startup guru. That's coming to you through Justina Ovat.
Welcome to Nigeria's Creative Powerhouse Festival, Nigeria's biggest cultural festival, the National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFEST. Our unique 600-plus indigenous tongues telling our history and traditions. INAC, our International Arts and Crafts Expo, brings the world to our doorsteps and holds annually in Abuja. Reach us through our social media handles on Instagram, Abuja, NCAC, proudly Nigeria.
Welcome to another episode of Hospitality Nuggets with Justina Ovat on Creative Nigeria. Today, we're talking about the power of the first 5 minutes, mastering first impressions in hospitality. Let me take you back to a moment that most of us in the hospitality world know all too well. A girl, yes, one, to either impress her or lose her confidence. And that shot will form lasting impressions within the first 7 to 10 seconds of meeting someone. In hospitality, it's monumental. So, let's talk about it. Let's unpack why the first 5 minutes matter so much, what mistakes we unknowingly make, and how to get it right every single time. Hospitality isn't just about processes and standards, it's about emotions. Think about the last time you stayed somewhere new. In those first few minutes, they are actively deciding, do I feel welcome here? Is this a place I can relax in? Can I trust the staff to take care of me? You might have a 5-star property, but if the energy in the room says cold or uninterested impact, what does the space look like? Is it clean, vibrant, inviting? Number 2, human contact. Was the greeting warm? Did someone make eye contact and smile? Number 3, verbal greeting. Were the words chosen thoughtfully? Good evening, welcome to Creative Nigeria Hotel. Still works like magic when said with genuine warmth. Number 4, anticipation of needs. Did the team offer assistance with luggage, a seat, or a glass of water while waiting? But because we are caught up by cues, you can tell when they're just another check-in to you. But when they sense you every time with these quick wins, that hotel, take a breath. Share a tip about the local and your team to notice body language, tone, and discomfort. Number 4, create a ritual for first impression. Number 5, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge team members who consistently deliver great first impressions. It reinforces the right behavior. And the pillows are exactly the way you like them. That experience doesn't cost much more, but it's built loyalty. So here's your hospitality nugget for the week. People may forget what you said or did, but they will never forget how you made them feel, especially in the first 5 minutes. Let's raise the bar. Let's make every first impression unforgettable. Not because we have to, but because we want to. Over to you, Frank and Bumi.
Many thanks to Madam Justina. Thank you for always bringing it to the stage here on Creative Nigeria. Up next is our Movies on Radio segment with Julie Moss.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria, Africa, and the entire world. Your cinema bestie, and today's show is La Hot. We're flying through Cannes to New York, cruising through Frankfurt, and then landing back right here in Lagos, where history is being made. All right, so buckle up. First stop, Cannes. So the legendary Cannes Film Festival just wrapped up, and history was made. The Iranian director Jafar Panahi snatched the coveted Palme d'Or for his film It Was Just an Accident. Now, they're blindfolded during their abuse, so they are never really sure if it is him. Chai, the plot has a lot of tension. But beyond their words, Panahi's win was a bold political statement for freedom and justice. And his speech was giving goosebumps. He called on Iranians to unite and fight for their country. Davis Jr. received a special mention for his film My Father's Shadow, our first ever Nigerian entry at Cannes. So Nollywood is no longer knocking on the door. We've entered the building. Yeah, a long time ago. From France to Germany, on August 8th, Nollywood heads to Frankfurt for the Nollywood film. This movie explores love, betrayal, justice, and redemption in the lives of undocumented, a powerful international cast. Karma is directed by Dr. Henry Emeka Obidi and written by Oluwagbemiga Idahosa. So Frankfurt, get ready because Nollywood is bringing heat. And Lagos is not left out. This October 2nd to 4th, we host the first ever Real Women International Film Actresses, Animators, and Screenwriters. The festival will showcase documentaries, features, funding opportunities. So ladies, your time is now. Now we jet across the Atlantic to the Big Apple, New York City. The Tribeca Film Festival 2025 just lit up the city from June 5th to 15th. The U.S. narrative competition crowned Charlie Bird by Libby Ewing with the Founders Award. Gabriela Perez wowed us with Best Performance, and Isabel Hagen grabbed Best Screenplay for On a String. Internationally, Africa shone brightly because Egypt's Sarah Goha took home Best International Narrative Feature for Happy Birthday. Alongside Mohamed Diab, she also won the Best Screenplay. Africa is Right Spotlight event. And she said, Africa journey with serious business. Enter the Durban Film Mount Institute. It is training Africa's next generation of film productions. So if you're a producer listening, opportunity is knocking. It's crystal clear. Africa's creative fire is burning strong, right? So please stay inspired. My name is Julie Moss.
Many thanks, Julie Moss. Frank, which movie are you seeing this weekend?
Well, Bumi, first, if I tell you the movie, because I actually wanted to see Julie Moss as a movie, but she didn't make it today. Since Dr. Sharp came to Nigeria Film Assessors Board, you can see gradually, that outside us and all things, but honestly, somebody needed to make those changes. Somebody need to create an economy.
Yeah.
Just like what Cornelius said elsewhere, and make to stay. But I think over 200 million people. You can imagine what happens over the weekend. And
it has been.
But not actually.
Is it open to the public?
It's happening to place. In fact, I learned of recent at theater. Meanwhile, the lady who is at National Theatre is staying behind and watching. So you could understand, something that is wrong, the way we manage our system. So we need to get the right people to do what is right. Yeah. I mean, fill up that place over the weekend. Children are looking
people
to where to go.
People would troop there in their numbers.
The good days.
Yes.
And, let's go see these our people. Let's go see them and critique them so that they can be better.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, this came up, the movies on radio, and of course, Sharp started all, and I would think people need to really come.
Yeah.
And people like us who are authors too, who are written.
Producing
money
it.
And even putting it together. It's just that's what's happening. People are humor. Anyway, so much.
Well, I'm proud to say that segment, Movies on Radio, is proudly sponsored by the Nigeria Films and Video Centers Board. And so, of course, by the number and by the day, and we can't wait to have other people come on board. Creative Nigeria is a show that comes on your airwaves every Thursday morning, 10 a.m., here on mainland 98.3 FM. The sound play, because that's going to be our outro. Just before we play, why running to you?
I mean, God has made this world. Share ideas that we can build a country, can build a society where everybody actually will be happy. We've been here, we've been in a community here.
Yes.
Okay, and we believe that even when we step on you, know that it's for good.
It's for good. All right, we'll be back same time next week. But in the meantime, we leave you with the music of Simi